Hello, 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 everyone. Oh my goodness. It's been raining literally cats and dogs here. Oh, had to race back here to get on. Then I've got to leave a little early because I have to be somewhere supposedly by 4 o'clock. So I may have to call them and tell them it'll be a few minutes later. But whoo, buddy, how is everyone doing? Hey, Martina, hello. Mark, hi, Mark, how are you doing? Always wandering. Hey, me too. From rainy Southern California. Yep, it is raining here. It really is. Hey, Graham, groundbreaking medical news from Australia's. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pass on that one, Graham. I'm gonna pass on that one. I may have to put you in timeout if you don't behave yourself, Graham. Uh, hey, Nora, I know, Nora. We got to get on Graham. Yeah, that'll cost you, Graham. That one's going to cost you. Hey, Randy. Hello. Vaughn's on a roll. Hey, Vaughn. Billy Clover's in the house, and let's see who else. All right, Graham, I'll give you one more chance to redeem yourself. How many politicians does it take to change a light bulb? 2. 1 to convince the people that everything is being done to fix the problem, and 1 to screw the light bulb into the tap. Well, that is true. I would say it takes more than that, because these days it's going to take a lot more. It's going to take a lot more politicians to convince people, because we have, at least here, we have lost a lot of confidence, but we're going to talk about that and some things. The shutdown is over. I want to see what you guys think about it. But we'll get to that a little later. But remember, keep it respectful, appropriate. We don't want to be going off on binges about this politician or that politician, but just keep it respectful. Vaughn says, hi, always. Yes, it's soggy here. I know. I was out and about, and it was just puddles and flowing water. You had to jump over to try and keep from getting your feet all soaked, and that still didn't work. Oh my goodness. But before I go any further, I want to thank Poppy. Thank you so much, Poppy. Here, hold on, let's just a second. This bell was a special gift from Barry. So thank you. Poppy sent me a $50 gift card for Walmart. I appreciate that. And I'm going to be doing some feeding of some folks here shortly. So I'm going to use that for that. Thank you so much, Poppy. And someone else sent me a book. If any of you are interested, it was to my post office box that's listed in the descriptions for my channel. But he sent me a book that he wrote about van life, and I'm going to read it. And then I just glancing through it, I saw some very, very, not van life, actually it's living in a car, how to live in a car, not a van, not a minivan, not a bus, but a regular sedan. He wrote a book on that because he's done it. And just glancing through it periodically, I thought, or not periodically, but as I was strolling back from the post office box, I just was looking through it, perusing through it, and I saw some really, really interesting topics. So I'm going to read it, and then I will share it with you and let you know what I think about this book that he sent me. Hey, everyone's saying hello. Hi, Liza. That's Nora's niece. I'm doing good. Liza, how are you doing? Nora says, hey, yeah, I finally switched the band so everyone would know who I am. Okay. All right. Graham says, what should we do with people that rely on government handouts and refuse to work? Kick them out of Congress. Yeah. Now that one, I like that one, Graham. Yes. Kick them out of Congress. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I do too, Liza. I like that joke. That one I really liked. Let's see who else. 63 Clock, stay tuned, is in the house. And 63 Clocks, like I said, hey, Miss Net, one of my other fabulous moderators is here. Oh my goodness, all you guys are here. Hey, Bunny Smith said, to reply to our topic, I think we've seen the beginning of the end of SNAP and ACA. I believe in the farms that they are currently, absolutely, we are seeing the beginning of the end. Absolutely. Bunny says, Social Security and Medicare next on chopping blocks unless someone gets unalive. And I'm not wishing anyone to be unalive, but I'm just wishing for people who are silent and are not stepping forward to do so. That's what I'm wishing. But yeah, we'll talk more about some of these things, but we want to keep it appropriate. Three Generations says, hello, Carol and friends, sending you all prayers and love. I will be listening as I made some corned beef and cabbage. Oh my goodness. I made from, the canned corned beef. I had one of those that I had from a while back. I got it really inexpensive, but they last for like 3 or 4 years or something. So I got it really cheap, something like $3 a can or something. I made the best casserole out of that can using that can of corned beef, and I'm going to do one for you guys this week. I am determined to do some cooking shows, because with everyone going on, people need some really economical but filling menus as to what and recipes. So I've been working on some, and I made that, and it was so, in fact, I have a little bit of it here. I don't know if you can see it, this casserole. And oh my goodness, I'm going to share it with you and some other things. And my goal is under $1 a serving. That's my goal. Hope these glasses aren't reflecting too much up here. Anyhow, I think if I do that, it's a little better. Who else is here? And now we can see your past life painting gouache. Oh, okay. For Nora. Nora says she's not sure what Liza's talking about. Okay, we'll see. Who else? Randy says, okay, many of my special people are here. I know so many of my special friends and people are here. Oh my goodness. Sylvie, hello, Sylvie. Did I miss anyone? Liddell, one of my members, is here. Oh my goodness. Car W37 is here. Says, hello. Glad to be able to hear your insights and opinions. Kieran. Okay, Kieran. Lady Srita, hello. CW Style, Finding Dory. Hi, everyone. It's raining so hard. Oh, yes, it has been. Oh, my goodness. It was just raining buckets. But we need the rain. But oh, my goodness. It's not fun being out in it. Hey, Lenny says, hello there. We've got lots of rain. Yep. Patty is from Missouri Ozarks. Oh my goodness. Stay tuned says, I knew you'd have something to say. You'd have something about Ram's joke. Yeah. Patty's asking, Vaughn, are you floating away? I'm not floating away yet, but I know, Marta, I hope there are no mudslides. I know. Seems like Malibu always has floods and mudslides, but what I'm concerned about, that whole area, in Pacific Palisades, where they had all those fires. Do you know, when you have fires, the land is really susceptible and vulnerable to flooding. But let me get a little bit to drink here. Okay. Hey, Jackie. Hello, Jackie. We talked the other day. Did you get your video fixed? She did a video and had a few challenges with it. Hey, Joy B. Hello. Let's see, anyone else I haven't addressed? Lenny says, wondering if it's going to flood again over near Fashion Valley Mall. Oh, it always floods over there. It constantly floods over there. I mean, I guess it's in a river plain or something. So when they did all that building, a riverbed something, but it's nuts over there. Hey, Tim, is Tim from Mo Bang in the house? I didn't see Tim. Hey, Tim, hello. Tim from Mo Bang for your buck if you're in the house. Carlene Griffin says, hello, Carol and all Globies. It's really nice. Hey. Okay. All right. I'm on a live. This is Cuddles. He didn't get his dose of love, and at least he didn't get enough of a dose of love, and that met his requirements. Are you through? Do you want to come and say hello? Huh? Okay. Okay, Cuddles. Here he is. Okay. Do you want to say hello to everyone? No, you're not. No. He wants to climb. His thing is he likes to climb up into my. He likes to climb up into my lap and hug me. Okay, I got my computer on my lap, Cuddles. He likes to climb onto my lap, put his head on my shoulder, and then have me pet him with him like this. And I can't do it right now. I can't do it. Go get on your bed. Go get on your bed. I will give you your dose of loving in a little while. He has to have at least 2 or 3 of those a day. Comes up and puts his head here. Or he's not good. He's ruined for the whole day if he doesn't get his dose of love. Stay tuned is asking Tim when he leaves Vietnam. He said he was going to be there last week. He said he's going to be there for 45 days. So I'm guessing Tim's going to be there for at least another month, probably coming home. I would imagine, Tim, just before Christmas is my guess. Let's see. Randy says, I've always said I would vote for Snoopy as president. About now, I might vote for him too. Carlene says Mexico. So Mexico, what? I missed that one. Tim is saying hello to everyone. Okay, yeah. Tim's coming back December 16th. That's when I figured, about the middle of December. Liza says, I love how I get extra credit for being Nora's niece. Yes, absolutely, Liza. You do get extra credit for being Nora's niece. Hey, Goddess Wild Red speaks truth. Hello. Catherine, fabulous 60s. Oh, yeah. Fabulous 60s, fabulous 70s. From 60 on, it's simply fabulous, you know. And I'm gonna do a video on that. I may do a video on that next week. I just may do that. Lenny says, Mobang, I checked out your channel. Love it. Yeah, he has a lot of very interesting and informative information on how to do different things over there. So do go check out Mobang for your bucks, Tim, on YouTube. Muskogee Land says, what a ride this past month. My snap loaded in full yesterday. Really? Oh my goodness. I'll have to check and find out about, folks. Oh my goodness. So it loaded yesterday. Okay, interesting to know. Oh my goodness. I thought it was going to take, well, you know, it wasn't going to take a real long time, because when they were going to do only half of it, because they're going to have to do all kind of manual things. But I thought it would take longer than this. If everyone's getting theirs, I am really pleased to hear that, because you know, Thanksgiving's coming up and people have been scrounging and everything. The food banks are running low. So that is good news. Thanks for letting me know that, Muskogee Land. Thank you. Carr says, I wish they would stand up too. Ordinary people are getting screwed. I paid into Social Security since 1983. Well, I've paid in it since 1971. So yeah, I do know what you mean, Carr. W37, absolutely. But we're going to talk about that a little bit in a few minutes. I want to make sure I say hello to everyone. I think I've said hello to everyone. Liza said, also, I get that reaction at the Greek market. I walked in once and said, I'm Nora's niece, and they practically rolled out the red carpet. Hey, I'll have to come to New York and say, hey, I'm Nora's friend, and see all the benefits I get. 63 Clock says, I'm happy for the workers who can return to work and for those getting SNAP benefits. Now the shutdown is over, but very unhappy about my health insurance premium. So what is happening to your premium? Have you seen a difference already, 63 Clocks? Let me know. I did a, Lenny says, I need more air fryer ideas. Okay, well, I can maybe do that. Not this week or next week, but maybe later on in the month. I have an announcement I'm going to be making, but not for another week or so, about a channel that me and my goddaughter are supposed to be putting together, and some things we're going to be doing on it for all of December. So but I'll hopefully announce that next week to you all. Lady Sarita says, very true. People need cooking recipes. Stay home and cook to save money. Yes. With the price of food, I saw a video. Someone did a video. I didn't watch the whole thing, but he was talking about how shocked he was to go shopping, grocery shopping in Florida. He said the prices were out of this world. But I'm going to go over and watch that video and see exactly what he's talking about and if they're higher than they are here in California. Hey, Nancy says, hi, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Blessings. Thank you, Nancy X. Tim says, I wonder what color of roll they will give to Nora's friend. Well, I think we may get a red carpet too. We may just get a red carpet too. If we're really close friends. I'll tell them I'm a really, really close friend. So that should count. Yes, hello, Goddess Wild Red speaks truth. Let's see. Nora's saying I don't have a YouTube channel. Yeah, Nora doesn't have a YouTube channel. Vaughn says it's raining from Central California to Mexico at the same time. Wow, that's a big storm center coming in then. Muskegee Land says, I love Santa Fe, but I realize I need a backup plan. Find a high top and convert it. Being mobile might be the key. Yeah, so many people. I get so many emails and comments from people who have gotten vehicles. Their last vehicle that they purchased was either a minivan or a small cargo van or a larger SUV, but something that they felt that they could convert into a living quarters if it got to that, because their rents were going up so high that so many people are now looking and considering their vehicles as their backup plan. Isn't that something? That is their backup plan. Lenny says, I saw where a tree fell in Balboa Park area. I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, especially those eucalyptus trees. And they down near their area, kind of in like a little dip, there's a lot of eucalyptus trees. And I hear they have very shallow roots. I have a high bank in my backyard, and I had a couple of eucalyptus trees on there, and I took them down. I loved cutting the leaves down and that smell and stuff, but it just wasn't worth it when, wasn't worth it falling into one of my neighbor's yard and doing damage or taking the fence out or even into my house. It was too stressful when we have high winds. SDB42. Hey, SDB42. So do you think the government will approve the subsidies? That's a good question. What was the congresswoman or senator from Maine had a suggestion that I'll have to go back and look at what it was that, let me look and see if I can find it, that some people said they might get on board with. What is the let's see, what is the, let's see, the senator, is it a senator from Maine? Susan Collins. I think it was Susan Collins. Her plan for subsidies. Here's what she's suggesting, and I think this might happen. She supports extending the enhanced premium tax credits or the subsidies for affordable care health insurance, but with potential changes like new income caps. While she expressed concern about the current subsidies and their costs, she has stated a need to act to prevent premiums from skyrocketing. So she's kind of trying to put a foot in both camps here, but she may be onto something. She also supports other subsidies and safety nets, such as those for SNAP and WIC. So she's suggesting that the subsidies be continued, but that the income caps, I'm guessing, be lowered. So you would have, instead of maybe having a cap of, I don't know, I'm just throwing a number out here, $100,000 a year is your income, you would have a cap of, say, 80,000 or 50,000. I don't know, but that's what she's suggesting. Now, if they could work together and hammer that, I guess that would be better than nothing. But Essie says, I am really worried about that. I need to go on Covered California starting January of next year since my husband passed away. I'm so sorry to hear that, Esty. I'm sorry to hear about your husband passing away. But here's what I've also heard is being, okay, I've said right from the beginning, based on what I read after I went through Project 2025, I have said right from the beginning, the goal is to eliminate to the extent possible Section 8, HUD housing, SNAP benefits, disability. I believe the goal of many, many people is to just completely obliterate all those programs and have very few assistance programs available for people. That's what I believe the goal is. And the idea being, well, you know, families should take care of their families, churches should fill in, private entities and food banks and things should fill the gap, not the government. That is the mindset. And I think based on who are in different positions of a power, like of the Office of Management and Budget, and in different key positions that have the ability to change some of these guidelines or influence them, I believe we're going to see a lot of things changing. And one thing I recently heard was that, now this makes no sense to me, the proposal is being floated around, or at least there's a rumor that there's a desire to have everyone on SNAP reapply. Now, here's the thing. You have to do annual recertifications anyhow. So if you already have to recertify to prove that you're still eligible, why would you have everyone have to reapply? Unless you're really looking to just eliminate many people from the rolls. I don't see any other logical explanation for that. But these are the types of things. And I think that once you do it in one program, it'll happen in all programs. You'll make everyone on everything reapply. I mean, for Social Security, disability, housing assistance, Head Start. But how I read Project 2025, the goal was to completely eliminate Head Start. Well, Head Start is the program that allows free childcare for individuals who are low income so that they can go to work. So if you have people who are already low income and they don't have childcare, they're not going to be able to work. So then you're going to have more people on the rolls of food stamps and housing. I mean, it makes no, it's kind of like insurance companies that deny testing and preventative measures for healthcare and then have to pay for the treatment that could have been avoided if you caught the problem early on. Or as someone I knew, their insurance wouldn't cover doctor's visits for a specific situation or condition that they had. So every time she had a flare-up, she went to the emergency room, which was covered. Now, a doctor's visit would have cost her about $200. The emergency room visit cost her $1,500. But they would pay for that, but not the $200. I mean, I there's no making a lot of this make sense, you know. But so I don't know if they're going to approve the subsidies, but I believe that there are enough people on subsidies that the backlash would be horrific if they remove them. And to do that before the midterm elections next year, I think is risky. So I think they're going to maybe try and come up with a compromise, but it will not be at the level that they have now. But I don't know. You know, it's like a roll of the dice. It's everything is a wild card right now, as far as I'm concerned. So that's my answer to that, Esty. Hey, Lindy's in the house. I didn't see you, Lindy. Hey, Lindy from Lindy's awesome van adventures. Lava Lindy's in the house. Graham says a meal for under $1. It reminds me of my childhood when we had bread and duck. Grab a piece of bread and duck under the table before someone else gets it. Yeah, bread and duck. We're back to bread and duck days, Graham, for sure. Muskogee, Carol is asking Muskogee Land, New Mexico. Yeah, well, that would be, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Hey, Diana Boss. Hello. Goddess Wild Red says, Miss Net for Will, doing well. I am stage 1 on my European relocation. Whoa. So where are you? Stage 1 is stage 1 that you're evaluating countries, or stage 1 that you've already chosen a country and starting the process to get a visa, a resident visa? I'm wondering. Let us know that, Goddess. Goddess Wild. Just say Goddess Wild. Hey, Anna Marie, Creative Corner. Hello. Yep, lady Sarita. Graham has got jokes. That's for sure. Sometimes I got to put him in the doghouse. Who looks like a great dog? Car W37. Cuddles. I'm so far behind. Yeah, Cuddles is a great dog. He is really, someone watched me for him for a day, and they were like, well, I don't know if my husband will really be cool, so I'll just let him, he can stay in the backyard. Well, when I went to pick up Cuddles, she told me, she goes, my husband loved Cuddles. He said he was a great dog. He took him on walks. He just loved Cuddles. Cuddles is hard not to love. He really is. Oh yeah, I'm talking about you, huh? He's looking up here. Who, me? Yeah, he's yeah, thanks, Diana. He's truly he is a big baby. He is a gigantic baby. I know he is. Oh, he is so sweet, Liza. Sylvie says, now I know why you call him Cuddles. I know, that's why we named him Cuddles, because that's his favorite thing to do, is to cuddle, is to come up and he'll and if I stop petting him, he'll just start, and if I ignore that, then he'll take his paw and get a little more aggressive, like, hey, I'm not done with you yet. I'm not done. So then I have to start again. Very demanding sometimes. Thank you, Diana. Yes, hit those like buttons. I don't know that I don't understand the algorithm, but it does help. Thanks, CW Star. I will say hello to Jess. Mo Bang says, Graham, I'm eating banh mi breakfast for about 50 cents in Vietnam. Oh my goodness. Well, I didn't meet that, but hey, look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat something that's $1. Hold on. Let me get this. Okay, Cuddles, I'll give you a little piece. That's the other thing I didn't tell you guys. Cuddles is an absolute foodie. He is a foodie. He can smell food a mile away, and when I tell him to get off my lap and go get on his bed, he can't hear me. He plays like he's deaf. But when I open a package of something and he's all the way in the other room, he can hear that all the way in the other room and comes racing in here to see what I'm opening. It's funny how he knows the sound of me opening something that was food in it, don't you? Yeah, you do. Hey, Cheryl Katz, hello. Miss Ned says, Goddess Wild speaks truth. That sounds nice. Yeah, I'm really interested to to hear about that. Diana tells Tim no bang. Oh my goodness. I know, Anna Marie, he is a doll. Cuddles is. Billy Clover says, I made it back. Where did you make it back from, Billy? Hey, Carol Rivers, another member in the house. Hello, hello. Catherine's Fabulous 60 says, that's the name of my channel, Catherine's Fabulous 60 and Beyond. Okay, that's, yeah, Fabulous 60s and Beyond. Absolutely, I agree. You know, so many people are afraid of getting older, and I'm telling you, I am having the best time of my life since I hit actually 67 when I started my YouTube channel, but actually from 55 on when I retired, it was great, you know. Vaughn saying hello to Carol, Catherine, and Catherine. Lenny says, yes, people are getting their full SNAP this month so far. Okay. Yeah, well, SNAP, I did a video. Go over and check out the video. In the video, I address this. I talk about what the I forget, conditional, it's a temporary funding until the end of January, and it continues the government till the end of January. Then they have to go back at it, or hopefully they'll resolve some things before that. But there are a few things that they permanently, or not permanently, but that they funded for either a year like SNAP or 3 years like some other programs. So I go over some of that in my video, but I also share why I'm still angry about what's happening, and it specifically about the subsidies and what's going to be happening with them, and how many people, if they're not funded, will lose medical coverage, and basically how many people will die. Because as we know, if you don't have medical coverage, people tend not to go to the doctor as often, or they will avoid going to the doctor. I know even when I had medical coverage, I remember I was really sick once. I drove myself to the emergency room. I didn't want to pay for the difference for the ambulance, So even when you have medical coverage, you may be kind of, reluctant. But when you don't have coverage, people won't go to the doctor, and they'll end up dying because by the time their conditions are recognized or diagnosed, it's too late, But Nancy says, congratulations to all SNAP who got their food money. Yes, I'm happy. I am so happy for them. Lady Sarita says, 73 watching. Please embrace the subscribe and like buttons. Yes, yes, yes. Now, if anyone is on here hasn't subscribed, for crying out loud, go over and subscribe. I got lots and lots of great things coming up next week. There are 2 interviews that I really, really, really want to do in Texas. And I actually was going to fly there to do those interviews. And with everything going on with the air traffic controllers, I decided I wasn't going to fly right now. But as things calm down, because I needed to try and do it in November, which I'm not going to be able to do. So if I can do it between the 1st of December and the 15th, I will try to, if things have settled down. We'll see. We'll see how what'll be the test? The test will be how things go during Thanksgiving. Typically the busiest travel season of the year. Our travel day is that Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So we'll see how it works then. If everything goes smoothly without a lot of hitches, I may try and travel to get those interviews. If not, I'll have to wait till next year. But I really, really want to do those interviews. One is a devastating situation that I want to share, and the other is a very upbeat situation that I want to share. So yin and yang, a little bit. Cheryl says, Carol, did you see the Tiny Homeathon 20,000 basics? I did. I saw that with what's his name? Randy. I've talked to Randy a dozen times on the phone or in person, and I couldn't remember his name. But yeah, Randy over at Incredible Tiny House. I saw that. I almost bought one when he had them at 15,000, and I didn't, because I didn't have somewhere to put it. But yeah, I saw that. I saw the good deals to be had. Vaughn's on a Rose says, Mobang, I bet you're having the most delicious pho over there. I'm so jealous. Oh, I know. You know he is. You know he is. Muskegee Land says, stockpile food and meds for January. Crazy times. Be safe, not sorry. I have been stockpiling some food because I think prices are going to continue to rise. So I'm trying to get some things, some of the long lasting things like meats and some things that will last for quite a while. I'm trying to get them and stockpile them, before the prices go up. But, you can only stockpile so much, and then, you have to use it before it goes bad. Tim says, so the shutdown was punishing the needy for political agenda. Basically, yeah. It was a debacle. Let's put it like that. It was a debacle. It was a game of chicken to see who would pull back before the whole system imploded. And it was already on track to do that. And it was already imploding in some ways. If you saw what was happening at the airports, if you saw, but again, watch the video that I uploaded today. I go over a lot of that in that video. Billy says, I felt blessed. $70 was loaded. And now I had email telling me I will get 105 on the 18th. Well, I'm happy to hear that, Billy. I'm so happy to hear that. Nancy says a bowl of pho would be delicious right now. Oh, I tell you. Graham says one thing that is done really well in Vietnam is food. Just amazing, the bakeries. Oh, yeah. In my opinion, some of the best in the world. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. There's a couple of Vietnamese gentlemen who own bakeries not too far from me. Whoo, buddy. Whoo, buddy. Buddy. That's all I can say. I have been a good customer, or had been. I had to kind of cut down some. But Nora says the poor always pay for the games that are played by politicians. That's so true. Stay tuned says, Tim, you get it. Punish the poor and blame the victim. Yep. It's gaslighting all over again. Gaslighting 101. Billy says, that's all I do is stay home and I cook sometimes if I don't have TV dinners. Okay, well, I'm going to give you some very easy recipes that you won't mind cooking, I don't think, and we'll see how it goes. Vaughn says, BRB got mystery beeping going on in next room. Okay. Muskegee Land says, buy GV Walmart everything. Well, I would say I like Grocery Outlet. I like Grocery Outlet and I like Winco, but Grocery Outlet is my favorite. They just don't have always all the brands that I want, but they get, like, I've seen certain package of cheese for $1.99 that I've seen other places for $4.99 or $5.99. I mean, the savings are significant at Grocery Outlet if you have one on there. But anyhow, I'm wondering what I'm going to be going on because I'm going to have to leave about 10 minutes early today because Jay has to go somewhere to meet a little friend. So I've got to leave a few minutes early to get her there on time. Vaughn says, Tim says, Vaughn's, there are more delicious foods besides pho. Oh, yeah, here in Vietnam. Did I say they are cheap too? Absolutely. I know they are, Tim. I know they are. Catherine says, unbelievable how they can raise it that much. Yeah, it is. How they're going to raise, I don't know, Catherine. I just can't say. Cheryl says, use prepper tips. I'm compiling a list of these and thinking a blog or newsletter free to all who may need info. I'm still not sure about the channel. My van bill is in delay. Well, like you said, do it in other things. Do it on, other stuff that is applicable for the times that we're going through right now, Cheryl. I mean, there's a lot of topics you could be talking about for sure. Someone was saying, I saw someone, Lady Sarita said, the TV dinners have too much sodium. Look for some healthy cooking options. Well, there are some, I think, healthy choice, and there are some that I think have lower sodium intake, but you have to really look. You have to really look for them. Let's see. Billy says she only gets about 3 or 4 dinners a month. Okay. Mobang says, yes, you mentioned $1.50 a bowl. I pay $12 to $17 a bowl. Oh my goodness. Woo! That's why so many people are leaving. Oh my words, from $12 to $17 a bowl to $1.50. Wow. Wow. Hey, Janice says, I'm late. Sorry. Hey, you're never too late. Hey, Element Lifestyle. Hello, hello. Are you living in an element, or is that as just the name of that of your um handle, Element Lifestyle? Anna Marie says, I shop at different stores just to make it work. Yeah, I do too. But grocery outlet is my go-to. I go there first, and then if they don't have what I want there, then I'll go to Winco, and Walmart is my third choice. Cheryl, all nice with Susan Collins, but she votes the other way. Oh, what they do, what they say. Yeah, like I said, she's trying to kind of put herself in the middle to sound like she's a good person. As far, when I say good person, I shouldn't say good person, but to say that she is sympathetic and empathetic to people who will be losing their medical care. So she's trying to act like she really is concerned about that, but she hasn't voted that way in the past, you know. So Al Dente, hey Al Dente, the final premium for Part B has been released, $202 from $185. Okay, yeah, I saw that a while back. Yeah, 202 from 185. Okay. um Graham says eucalyptus trees are straight out dangerous. I don't know how convinced people to grow them in the U.S., but they've done you no favors. They are self pruning and drop limbs and explode in fires. Yeah, I took the ones that were on my bank back. It cost me quite a bit, but I had them taken out because I just thought they were too dangerous. Billy says seniors can't make it without those programs. Oh, you're right. You're right, Billy. And I talk in my video about some of the challenges seniors will face, especially older people who may not be yet eligible for Medicare. So, yeah. I know people who stayed on jobs well past when they could have otherwise retired, but they had to stay for the medical benefits. They didn't have a choice. Lady Serena says, believable, Glow. They don't care if some people die off. They don't. I really, truly don't think they give a flying flip. I really don't think they do. You know? Bunny says, Social Security income tax cap, if raised above 176, would fix the problem pretty much instantly. A lot of people out there make a lot more than 176. Well, if the Social Security, yeah, if the income tax, not if raised, but if it would, what I think you're saying, Bunny, is there's a cap at 176. So if you make anything above that, you don't pay taxes on it. They don't need to raise the cap even more. They need to eliminate the cap so that no matter what you make, if you make $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, you pay on all of it. Right now, you don't pay for taxes on Social Security above $176,000. And those that are making, here's the thing. This is the crazy thing. If you're making $1 billion or 100 or 50 million or 10 million, you should be able to afford taxes on Social Security even more than if you're paying 50,000 or 176,000. So it makes no sense. It makes no sense to not tax the people who are the wealthiest, who can afford it the most, and tax the people who aren't. Well, again, make it make sense. Well, I take it back. You know what? It makes sense if all you care about is wealthy people and you don't care about poor people. It makes absolute sense under those circumstances. So that would make it make sense if that's your mindset. All right. Well, folks, Randy says my mouth has been watering since you mentioned your cooking recipes. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. Anna Marie says, how Tomato doing? I don't know. Who is Tomato? I'll have to go check Element Lifestyle for a Tomato. Hey, Joe Frugal, how are you doing? There's a bunch of fraud. It's been proven that the fraud is very minimal. It really is very minimal. And that's what so much has been. Okay. if you change the narrative to say, oh, there's so much fraud, when they kick all the people off that they want to kick off who need help, no one will object because the narrative is they're just fraudsters. Well, wait until your neighbor who gets $1,000 a month total income is kicked off of food stamps. Wait till your neighbor who only gets $800 Social Security a month, or someone, I know someone who only receives $600 Social Security a month. So, yeah. Buddy says their battle is based on making it too much trouble to get social in time. Yeah, they do want to make it so difficult because, you know, with Social Security, I've heard these figures. I don't know if they're accurate, but I think just in general, when people are denied something, a third of the people will just go away. So right there, they've saved 33% by people who just give up. Another third will try for a while and then just get so frustrated they will give up. So that's 2/3. Only 1/3 will see it through to the end and fight them all the way. So they've saved 60% by just saying no, by doing nothing else but saying no and denying people because so many people just won't challenge it. Al Dente said, Carol, I took out every pine tree on this property because they tend to snap in hurricanes. Absolutely, I agree. Billy says, I'm having to reapply for my rent here where I live between now and December 22nd. Oh, I hope things go well, Billy, for you. Patty says, if they have to recertify every year, how are so many million getting away with dead people getting payments or people getting double payments? Okay, let me just correct that on Social Security. Dead people were not getting Social Security. You may not have heard. Elon Musk came out and admitted that. What it was, there are a lot of people who are dead who are on the rolls who they have simply not removed their names because it's apparently very expensive to go through and change systems. So they just left him there. But no one is collecting under their names because they already know they're dead. So dead people aren't collecting. That was a mistake. He went in and saw these people who were on the rolls, and he assumed since he saw their names that they were collecting. It's been demonstrated that those people were not receiving payments, but the Social Security system is so screwed up, and I think it was going to cost 5 or 15 or some outrageous number to fix it and remove them. They said, what the heck? They're not getting paid, so why take them off? I mean, that's not what I would have done, but that's what they did. And so when someone who wasn't familiar with the system went in and looked at it, they mistakenly said millions, and then everyone ran with that. So that has been debunked, Patty. It has been debunked. 63 Clock says the stats show that approximately 10% of U.S. population is on, I think 1 in 8, I think is what it is, 63 Clocks. And far less in some countries, which is Mexico, is somewhere around 30%. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cheryl says, beware of two-sided senators, who talk out of both sides of their mouth. But I would say a good percentage of politicians, period, on either side talk out of both sides of their mouth. They kind of do this. Which way is the wind blowing today? Whoo, I better go over there. Whoop, change. Let me come back over here. Oh, what can I say? What can I say? Hey, Carol, I went to Head Start as a child being raised by my grandma in the South. Free to be Z. I'm telling you, it is such a wonderful program for so many. Jessica qualified for it because of her disability, and it gave her such a head start because children with disabilities qualify, who have working parents, and it gave her such a, it's just, it's just, although kids with disabilities, they're going to get screwed. I'm sorry, because they're trying to do away with the Department of Education. So the poor kids with disabilities and special needs, those departments are going to be just decimated, But of course, I have a special interest in those that are close to my heart because I was a special needs kid. But they're going to be decimated. But guys, I gotta go. I gotta get her to her thing on time. Oh, I love each and every one of you. I'm sorry I didn't get to see all of the comments. I know there's, oh my goodness, but I like to pay attention and read them. Oh, Billy says if a widow isn't 62, they can't draw Social Security. There are certain provisions. I'm not an expert on it, but there are certain provisions, and I'll have to. I'm not an expert on it, but that's a question to ask that guy, Dr. Weir, I think, who is the Social Security expert. He has question and answered sessions on his lives. So go over and ask him these questions because he really is an expert on Social Security, and I'm not. Any newbies in the house, give me a number 1 real quick. If you're first time in the house, give me a number 1 so I can say hello and we can greet you. If there are anyone who has a channel, a content creator, put a C for content creator. Put a C. Hurry fast, 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 because I got to get out of here. Oh my goodness, I'm already running a little behind. So, okay, Goddess Wild Red speaks truth. You know what we do, everyone. Go over and welcome her into the house. Welcome her into the house. And I wish you would come back next week so we can talk more about, I didn't get to the comments. I don't know if you answered it. It's about whether stage 1 is you've already selected a country or you're just making plans. But I'd love for you to come back and we talk more about that next week. Wild Red. All right, Liza is a content creator. I know Mo Bang for Your Buck is a content creator. Lava Lindy's Awesome Van Adventures is a content creator. Goodness Wild Red Speaks Truth is a content creator. And Muskegee Land is a content creator. Carol Rivers says, Carol, you funny. Hey, I'm funny when I don't mean to be, and when I'm trying to be funny, I'm not. What can I say? Also, who is that? Catherine, after 60, I forget. Oh my goodness, what was the name of her channel? Oh, I'm trying to find it, and I know I won't. But Catherine's Fabulous 60s and Beyond, yeah, is a content creator. So all of you who are content creators, and go over and check out Jackie McDonald is for tell them the name of your channel, Jackie. It's not Jackie McDonald. It's I forgot it's Stealth. Tell them the name of your channel. Okay. Thank you, Lady Sarita. Thank you so much. Yes. All right, folks. Okay, Violet at Content Boutique is a content creator. I'm having, and go over and check out Nora Kaig, her Etsy. Nora Kaig over at Etsy. She has a not a channel, but a site over there. Go over and check out Nora's. When my moderators, please drop your YouTube over at thank you, Miss Net. Would my moderators drop your links also? All right. Love you, each and every one of you. Got to get out of here. And I will see you next week. Check out the video I uploaded. I just uploaded it a little while ago. And do come back next week because I'm going to have some jamming. I mean, jamming recipes. See you all. Love you. And Cuddles, you're finally going to get your hug. He's